The world we live in is part of the solar system, comprised of the sun and planets orbiting around it. Among them is the blue planet Earth. In its beginnings 4.6 billion years ago, the primitive Earth had no water, as it was too hot. But as the temperature began to drop, the water molecules in the atmosphere began to rain down on Earth, forming rivers, lakes, and oceans over the course of billions of years. In the Quaternary period of the Cenozoic era, the sea level fluctuated over the dozens of cycles of glacial and interglacial periods. During the glacial epoch, the sea level was over 100 meters lower than what it is today. The Yellow Sea area was a flat land connecting the Korean peninsula with mainland China, but as the sea level rose in the interglacial period, the Yellow Sea was formed. The sea level of the Yellow Sea rose at a rapid rate before it gradually started to slow down, causing sediments to collect and accumulate along the coastline. As the result of ebb and flow tides with a significant height difference, tidal flats began to form.
6,000년 전에는 바닷물이 지금 현재의 해수면을 유지를 하면서 이 얕은 그러한 얕고 넓은 지역에 이 조차가 심한 그런 밀물과 썰물이 왔다 갔다 하면서 이 해안선 따라서 또 섬 주변에 굉장히 두꺼운 그러한 갯벌의 퇴적층이 쌓이기 시작한 겁니다.
The tidal flats, which are thousands of years old, contain countless inorganic and organic materials. It is a natural ecosystem where man and nature can coexist harmoniously. The southwestern coast of Korea has the ideal conditions for the formation of tidal flats. The ebb and flow tides have a huge height difference, and a multitude of estuaries allow sediments to flow into the area. At the end of the Kumgang River estuary lies Yubudo Island. Why is the world turning its attention to this small island? Yubudo Tidal Flat has a well-preserved primitive environment with a harmonious blend of mud and sand. The island is occasionally compared to the Wadden Sea of Germany. As the first tidal flat to be inscribed on the UNESCO World Heritage List, the Wadden Sea has the maximum altitude of 17 meters and is characterized by a horizontal landscape. Unlike the Wadden Sea, the intertidal zone in the southwestern coast of Korea offers a unique and splendid view of mountainous terrains and rocky coastlines. Yubudo Tidal Flat consists of various types of tidal flats due to the changes in the sand and mud content flowing into the area as a result of tidal flows, climate change, and diverse topographic features. Rarely do tidal flats present such diverse sedimentary characteristics, and this is what sets Korea's southwestern tidal flats apart from other tidal flats around the world.
It is a superb laboratory with the tidal flats for sedimentary processes, and everywhere you have organisms around.
It's really exceptional, and the earlier you get it on the list, on the World Heritage List, because it deserves to be on the World Heritage List, the better. So I would support that very much.
Halophytes or salt plants are important organisms based on which one can assess the state of a tidal flat. Reeds, scabrous leaf, sedge, herbaceous seepweed, seaside lawn grass, and East Asian seepweed are halophytic species used in evaluation of tidal flats. Virgate wormwood, square stem statice, seashore aster, and seashore sow thistle grown above the sea mark, and Asiatic sand sedge, dwarf sand sedge, and Bermuda grass grow in the coastal dunes. These plants have helped maintain the sands on the coast and ensured the coastal dunes to develop beautifully. On the east side of Yubudo Island and on Daejukdo, there are old salt farm sites with a total area of about 530,000 square meters. With shallow waters, even at high tide, and the embankments blocking the harsh winds, they provide a perfect resting ground for migratory birds. Yubudo Island, which provides a view of breathtaking coastal scenery, has a high ecological value with its biodiversity. The traditional village founded along the ecologically rich and clean tidal flats of the southwestern coast appears as a part of the splendid natural environment. The beginnings of fishing operation on tidal flats in Korea can be traced back to more than 1,000 years ago. The residents of the islands along the coast have engaged in eco-friendly fishing activities on the tidal flats. They catch only what they need without overfishing, and such sustainable economic activities have enhanced the added value of the tidal flat resources. Tidal flats have long been a foundation on which coastal residents have built their lives. This is the important value of Korea's southwestern coast, where human culture adapted to and came to be in harmony with the natural environment. The tidal flats in estuaries such as Yubudo Island are a habitat for benthic and marine organisms. Diverse organisms ranging from the white-clawed fiddler crab, designed as an endangered species by the Ministry of Environment, to the Japanese ghost crab, fiddler crab, ghost shrimp, and lugworm can be found here. To feed on these organisms, migratory birds from around the world flock to the tidal flats of Seocheon. Sandpipers and plovers are ecologically important species that travel more than 10,000 kilometers. They spend winters in the southern hemisphere and breed in the tundra. This is why they travel more than 15,000 kilometers between the northern and southern hemispheres every year. During their long journeys, they make a stop on the tidal flats of the southwestern coast of Korea. For sandpipers that must flap their wings nonstop for hundreds to thousands of kilometers to cross the seas, stopover sites where they can regain energy are very important. If these migratory birds cannot get sufficient rest and nutrients from the feeding activities on the tidal flats, their populations will diminish. In the case of sandpipers and plovers that travel long distances, protection in the stopover sites is just as important as protection in the breeding sites. It is estimated that there are only 300 spoon-billed sandpipers worldwide. For this reason, they are registered in the Red List of threatened species as critically endangered by the International Union for Conservation of Nature. One of the stopover sites in their migration route is Yubudo Island.
이 유부도 이 지역이 이제 거의 남아있는 마지막 거의 건강한 모습으로 남아있는 마지막입니다. 여기서. 그래서 그런 이동하는 새들의 이제 중간 기착지 정거장으로서 굉장히 가치가 높죠. 만약 이게 사라진다면 바로 이 새들의 생존과 직결되기 때문에 이 루트를 이용하는 약 한 30만에서 80만 마리 새가 되는데 그들의 생존에 바로 지대한 영향을 미칠 수 있는 곳이 바로 이곳이죠.
The migratory birds that stop on Yubudo Island can largely be divided into summer and winter migratory birds and passage migrants, many of which are classified as endangered and near threatened species by the International Union for Conservation of Nature. The fate of Eurasian oyster catchers in particular is unpredictable. Eurasian oyster catchers, which spend nearly its entire wintering period feeding on the tidal flats in front of Janghang, Seocheon, have been designated as Natural Monument Number 326. It has been confirmed that 5,000 of these birds spend their winters on Yubudo Island. Due to their low global population and the rapidly disappearing habitats, Eurasian oyster catchers may become soon extinct without proper protection. Their settlement on Yubudo Island holds a strong ecological significance. Black-faced spoonbills have been designated as an endangered species by the International Union for Conservation of Nature, with an estimated population of 2,400 worldwide. In addition to the black-faced spoonbills, Mongolia race runner, designated as a Class II endangered wildlife by the Ministry of Environment, can also be found on Yubudo Island. Yubudo Island, a small island off the southwestern coast of Korea, has become one of the last safe havens for endangered species with its splendid natural environment. This is why the world is turning its attention to Yubudo Island. For the industrial development of the southwestern coast of Korea, large-scale reclamation projects have been conducted over the past 50 years. This has caused the tidal flats, serving as stopover sites for migratory birds flying across East Asia and the Oceania, to gradually shrink. Seocheon had planned to reclaim the land on the local tidal flats for the development of the Janghang National Industrial Complex, but they decided on a change of plan. They proposed the establishment of an ecological industrial complex, a national marine bioresources center, and a national ecological center instead. Seocheon is endeavoring to maintain the ecological value of the Yubudo tidal flats and conducting diverse research and protection activities to promote their value. It is also dedicated to promoting Yubudo Island's inscription on the UNESCO World Heritage List. This change of direction resulted from discovering the tidal flats' value arising from the coexistence and interactions between man and nature, which is considerably higher than the economic value of land reclamation. The total area of tidal flats on Earth is slowly shrinking. Consequently, the populations of migratory birds who have lost their habitats are also declining. This is why Yubudo Island is garnering the attention of the international community.
굉장히 유네스코의 브랜드 가치의 인정을 받아서 효과적으로 잘 유지가 되면서 개발이 가능하다면 지역 경제 활성화에 굉장히 큰 도움을 줄 것으로 생각을 하고 있습니다.
서천갯벌마저도 없어진다 그러면 도요물대새가 멸종하는데 대단히 위협적인 문제가 되지 않나 생각이 됩니다. 국제적으로 이렇게 바로 가까이서 이렇게 제대로 이렇게 보시는 데가 쉽지 않아요. 여기는 정말 보물섬이에요. 우리가 정말 이제 보호해야 될 보물섬.
Is one of the endangered species of the world, the spoon-billed Sandpiper. So this is an important important area for it.
가장 중요한 거점이 되기 때문에 반드시 보호를 해야 되고 또 보호하기 위해서 가장 좋은 방법이 세계 자연유산으로 지정이 되는 것입니다.
Yubudo, a small island with a splendid natural environment, has served as the final safeguard for endangered species. Amidst the winds blowing from the sea and the sounds of migratory birds sharing the tidal flats, there are many stories to be told. These are the reasons why this beautiful island must be protected, and we will dedicate our efforts to having these stories heard. We embark on this journey by promoting Yubudo Island's inscription on the UNESCO World Heritage List.